right? Okay, let me clarify. I am more interested in both of you guys, your personal experience with the game.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Well, let me just ask one question, Coffee. What level are you?
I am level 15.
Dang.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Brainal podcast. This is episode 34, and today is July 20th, 2016. I'm Jeppy Condile.
And I'm Frozen GFX.
And I'm good coffee.
And it's been a little bit, I guess. We took a week off, right? Essentially.
Yeah, it was just a week.
Yeah, okay. But everything seems to be kind of going back to where it was before. How are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good. Good.
Yeah, doing well, man. Doing really good. How are you?
Pretty good, can't complain. So I do want to get to the inevitable discussion about Pokemon Go, specifically with YouTube, but can we just hold off on that a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Last time, Frozen and I, the last couple episodes, we were kind of doing this thing where we're going back and forth with news stories, and I'd like to continue that. Is that Frozen? Do you have news stories to talk about?
Yeah, I got a few.
Okay, why don't you go? Coffee. I don't know if you have any, but feel free, to wait your turn. So, Frozen,
okay.
go first.
Wait your turn.
Wait, do we talk about the games we've been playing anymore though? Or
I'd rather focus on the news first because there's a lot of crap that came out.
all the crap. Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I figured Pokemon Go would be one of the games you guys were playing, so that's why we could talk about that later.
Alrighty.
Cool. You up, Frozen?
All right.
You up?
I'm up at the plate. All right, so Jeppy, I know that you know who this person is, but Coffee, have you ever heard of Metal Jesus Rocks on YouTube?
I have not.
Okay, so he's a YouTuber that pretty much centers his content around gaming history and kind of weird, cool finds that maybe he salvaged or some people sent to him, and a lot of different other content as well. But there was a video that was released on the 15th showcasing what is now being called an ultra rare Nintendo 64 prototype. It was a Nintendo 64 DD disk drive. Have you guys ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
I have.
That
Yes.
was,
Well,
yeah, you never heard of that before?
I have never heard.
Oh,
N64
yeah.
disk.
It was man. Did you read anything like EGM or Nintendo Power back in the day?
Back in the day? No,
Oh.
I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. The answer is yes. Yeah, I've seen
All
that
right.
Talking
video.
about the
And
Nintendo
I understand
64
what makes
DD?
that video so unique, or that what he had so special.
Right. So
Yeah.
yeah, I am talking about the N64 DD. So in this video, he showcases this prototype that he found, but it was actually what looked to be a retail ready device. That after they did some research, they were able to track down one of the I guess partial creators or another person that was developing code and testing for the N64 disk drive.
Wait. So I'm sorry. Can I interrupt one quick second?
Sure.
The prototype he had was for U.S. release. The Japan they actually had a retail release.
Right. Yeah, I was going to get into that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it was the first ever U.S. version of the disk drive that never made it out to retail to be sold to the U.S. because it bombed so badly out in Japan that I guess they just scrapped the. But the fact that they had a working, pretty much retail ready device kind of shows how far along the process they were in and ready to getting that sold out to consumers. But this, to my knowledge, and maybe you guys know differently, but this is the first time that that particular type of console has found something that's pretty much retail ready.
Again, for US.
Yes, for the US.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, so I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on that, but it looks like you guys already knew about it. So
Yeah, I mean, man, I thought the 64DD was pretty common knowledge. What was so strange was we assumed that because it bombed so hard in Japan, that they just because of the time frame that they decided to just not even think of developing it for the or making US version. But yeah, yeah. So I've seen that video. I want to know what's on that disc that he has. It was that blue disc, right?
yeah,
I
so
want to know so bad.
within that device, there was a blue disc that was not labeled in any way, shape, or form. It did have a serial number attached to it, but it didn't match anything that other people have found with the Japanese versions or anything like that. And even the person that they contacted, oh man, I think his name was Scott Loria or Scott Laurie, something like that. He wasn't sure of really exactly what was on it. Could be one or two things. Could have been some code that he used to demo the device and some of its capabilities, or it could have been just some kind of a dev diagnostic unit or something like that. But a lot of speculation on what could be on the disc. You know, unfinished games that may have been that were maybe slated to release with that device. I know there was talk of oh man, what was it? Earthbound 3, was it?
Mother 3.
Oh yeah.
Mother 3, yeah. So anyway, pretty interesting. Thought I'd share that with you guys.
Cool. I didn't expect. I just did not expect that at all. Yeah, it was a really cool video though. I like for the record, man. Metal Jesus Rocks. I like that guy. You can tell he's a class act kind of guy. If any of you look, we don't know him obviously, but he's definitely worth checking out. So I believe his YouTube channel is Metal Jesus Rocks. So, Coffee, do you have any news stories you want to bring up? I know we kind of sprung it on you, so.
I haven't really been paying much attention to gaming news recently.
Fair enough. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do. Okay. Rise of the Tomb Raider PS4 coming out October 11th. All the DLC that came out for Rise of the Tomb Raider for Xbox One will be included here. So there's no season pass with the PS4 version. What's interesting, and I'm interested in that, but what's interesting is they are including a little side thing you can do that you're in Lara's mansion. But the crazy thing is it's with the PlayStation VR.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was kind of shocked at that. Sounds like what they did with Arkham, Batman. But I don't know. I guess it's more of a museum type experience. I'm speculating. But that's pretty interesting, though. Or any of you play the reboot?
No, man, I haven't played those games in years, like probably decades.
What about you, Coffee?
I played the reboot. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. It was really good. I didn't play it on launch. I played the what's it called? The definitive edition? What the port to the modern consoles, current consoles.
Yeah.
That's what I played. Didn't care for the multiplayer, but I really enjoyed that game. Yeah. All right, Frozen, you're up.
You may have heard me talk about. Well, yeah, you. I don't know if you remember me talking about the abduction game that was coming out from Cyan. It was supposed to be a
Yeah.
spiritual successor to Myst.
Yeah.
So I've been reading up on it for a while and see what the progress was. And unfortunately, it looks like it's been delayed, but delayed till August, I should say, of this year, which is not that bad of a pushback, considering it was going to be released on the 26th of this month.
Oh, I didn't
However,
realize it was going to be that soon.
yeah, it was going to be right around the corner,
Oh, man.
pretty much less than a week from today. But the reason that the developers gave for the delay was, they were pretty much close to completing the entire game and ready to be released out on schedule. But they all kind of collectively decided to just give it a little bit more time because even though the game was completed, a lot of them thought that they left a lot of components in that game, a lot of things kind of unpolished, and they didn't want to just be driven by the deadline of getting it out there when it was done. They wanted to take some time, go back through some portions, and make sure that it's portraying exactly what they wanted to portray in the game, and just kind of fine tune the little things that maybe they missed on, going through at first.
I got that. That was a good pun.
Oh.
I can honestly say no pun intended there.
What they missed on? I thought it was good. It's like maybe you subconsciously wanted it to be a pun.
Yeah, probably.
I think you did.
But yeah, anyway, so push back to August 24th was the exact date that they gave. I'm going to be eagerly waiting for that. And it's going to be difficult because, No Man's Sky is right around the corner as well. So,
Is it PC only?
What'd you say, Jeppy?
Is it PC only?
As far as I know, yes, it is PC only.
Gotcha. That's exciting.
And there's already a soundtrack for it, which I have yet to listen to. So maybe I'll listen to it later tonight.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Let's get this out of the way. Let's talk about what's officially known as the NES Classic. Most people call this the NES Mini. Holy crap. Talk about genius idea, right?
Oh, yes.
So
That's pretty smart, yes.
I was talking to Coffee about this the other day, but I remember a few weeks back we were speculating about the NX and we're talking about possible cartridges. And I remember I said, the best thing they can do, the smartest thing they could do is to appeal to the retro side of gaming. I did not expect, I would never have thought in a million years they would have done this. When I saw the news article, when I first saw that, I was like, what the crap is going on? And it was so refreshing to see that also coming off the success of Pokemon Go, where Nintendo is starting to turn a huge tide. But for those of you who don't know, this is pretty much in a dedicated emulator that is encased in what looks like an NES, smaller than the original. It looks like, I don't know, half the size of an NES. I'm not entirely sure. But there are 30 built-in games. From what I understand, this does not connect to the internet. This is not expandable. They're not updatable. But 30 games, from what I've seen, a fairly good mix of games. And what's surprising to me was that they were not all Nintendo games, as far as first-party games. Like Ninja Gaiden was on there. I was very shocked at that.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah. What else? A whole bunch of them. But classics are there too.
Mega Man 2?
Say it again? Mega Man 2, yeah, that's right. I'm glad they didn't do the original one, but 2 is good. The idea is $60. This comes out, I forgot to look up when it comes out. Later this fall sometime. Do any of you know the exact date? Did they say a date?
Not sure. Genius move before the holidays, though.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it kind of like, hey, uh, remember how the NX is coming out later? You thought we were screwed for the holiday? No, we're good. We're fine. It comes with a. I still don't know if this is a to size, perfect size replica, or if it's a slightly scaled down version of the NES controller. But this thing does have the connector of the what you can plug into the Wii remote, um, which is cool. So you can use the NES controller. I don't know why they didn't do this earlier with the virtual console as well for games
Yeah.
that you know support that number of buttons. And you could buy an extra one for $10. I think this thing is gonna be huge.
Yeah.
So like
It's not that expensive. It's only I think it's 59.99, right? 60
Yeah,
bucks.
yeah. Polygon said, I think it was Polygon. I forgot. I watched a video where they estimated how much it would be if you bought each game on the virtual console, and they said it was around $150. Uh, and there are games on the NES Classic that are not even available on virtual console, which I thought was strange. Um, which actually, wait, huh? Which why would they do that? Okay, so I never thought of this before, but why would they have games on the NES Classic that are on the Virtual Console? You would think now they might release on the Virtual Console in the future. Those specific games, I don't know what they are, by the way, but I'm really curious as to the whole system of the NX. It seems to me that they might start to be saying goodbye to what we know as a Virtual Console, and maybe the NX is going to feature no legacy games like that, or um, they're going to launch a whole new system, maybe a subscription-based service or something like that. Um, but from what I understand, this connects to TV's HDMI, and
Mm-hmm.
I, unlike things like the Retron, will not do any upscaling, uh, as far as what I understand. So it won't look super nice on an HD TV, but still cool. Are any of you interested in picking one up, or do you guys want one?
I do. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm not
definitely.
I'm not gonna go like hard. I'm not gonna like be waiting on pre-order day on Amazon, like freaking out
Yeah,
about it. But eventually I would like one. Sure.
I
yeah,
have
same
a
here.
I have a feeling this thing's gonna be very tough to find pre-holiday. I think after the holiday will be fine.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna be. Do you want me to list off all the games?
Nah, it's fine. People can look it up, but I love the packaging too. It's old school,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Dude, I mean, I'm super excited about it, but just imagine if they did it with the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, yeah, I said that to you before. I think I said that to Frozen. That would be
Hmm.
so cool if they did that. Um, I wish, I wish,
Mm.
but very unexpected, very pleasant surprise, in my opinion. I definitely want one, but I think I'm in the same boat as you, Coffee. Um, but at the same time, I do have a Retron, but I'm not gonna hunt down all those carts, for
Yeah,
that. I mean, $60 for that, I think it's pretty awesome. But either way, very very surprised with that.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, there is one bit of news that I saw that I thought was kind of hilarious.
Go for it.
Um, they're announcing a live-action Detective Pikachu movie.
I didn't read the article. I heard that it's a live action movie. Oh yeah, it is Detective Pikachu in it, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Not judging by the photo of the article. I forgot what the headline was. Uh, but if that is revolved around Detective Pikachu, I'm down. I'm totally down.
Yeah, I thought it was a movie talk about Detective Pikachu. That's what I read, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I know Legendary wants to make a Pokemon Go movie. I wonder if this is the one they're talking about.
It might be. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, crazy. Frozen, you got something?
Actually, no, that was pretty much it.
Okay. So let's see what else we got. We got for Destiny. Did you see the other pre-order bonus uh, that was announced
No,
today, Frozen?
no.
Okay. So for the Rise of Iron expansion, This was actually leaked by some European retailer, I think, a few months ago, but people thought it was a hoax because no one else heard about it. But there is a special sparrow that you could get without pre-ordering, kind of like what's happening with the Yellowhorn. Um, there is a special sparrow called the Yallerwing, and this thing looks like the Yellowhorn. And I realize I've been mispronouncing Yellowhorn for the longest time, but this thing looks like a sparrow that is forged to go with. Like you're only supposed to ride this while busting out two Yellowhorns. Kimbo's, I was supposed to say Kimbo Slice
Simple
style.
slice style.
Kimbo,
Rest in
rip,
peace.
rest in
Kimbo.
peace style. Yeah.
Akimbo. And the idea is it looks so awesome. And they have a normal version, and then they have the iron, the black version that you can get with pre ordering. But this thing looks crazy. The trailer is hilarious. But I didn't know what to think of that.
That is so weird. I'll have to look into it because I have not seen anything about that.
Yeah, it looks pretty crazy. I'm trying to think of other possible exotic weapons they can make sparrows of, like the icebreaker, the thorn, or some crazy. But it looks awesome.
Are these all vehicle names? I'm sorry, I don't. Or are they weapon names?
Oh yeah, so when we say sparrow, that is the speeder bike that you use.
Okay.
Yeah, the Yaller Horn. It was the year one Destiny, cream of the crop exotic rocket launcher
Okay.
that many people with Destiny's RNG system got, and many people didn't get. I did not get on a drop. I was lucky enough for Zerd to actually buy one. Frozen got one on a drop from Raid, right? I think it was Crota.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that. Yeah, it was awesome. Thing was a beast. But then in year two, Destiny, they did not have a year two version, so that thing was pretty much capped off at its damage, which is substantially lower than what it is now. So not many people use that nearly as much, but I think it's pretty cool. More news: Animal Crossing. So, Coffee, have you heard about the update coming to New Leaf?
Oh, I didn't hear about the update. I heard that they were going to be using Amiibo, but other than that, I don't know what that entails.
Well, that's the update. So they are
Okay.
going to. I don't know when. They didn't say when, but Animal Crossing New Leaf for 3DS, which that game is a few years old at this point, is going to get an update and a patch to support Amiibo, which includes the Animal Crossing Amiibo cards and figures. And I don't know as far as characters like Tom Nook or KK Slider what they would do, but a lot, I guess the cards feature a lot of different Animal Crossing villagers, and I'm assuming if they don't live, or maybe if they even if they do live in your village, if you were to scan the card, you would pretty much uh, force them to visit. But
Oh yeah, you coming to my town?
the
Anyway,
we get that Midge.
get in my town, Mitch.
Did you say Midge?
I did.
Yeah, cool. So that's pretty interesting. I think that's smart, but we'll see. Huh?
How do you feel about it? Do you think that would be enough for you to revisit, or do you think you're kind of
No, I don't think that'd be enough for me to visit, but I think it's
Yeah.
cool.
yeah?
I think actually now that I think about it, so there has been speculation, not speculation, but you know how crazy the amiibo craze was to begin with, especially with the Smash amiibo, right?
Yeah.
I think Nintendo assumed that would transfer over to the Animal Crossing amiibo, but whenever I go to any video game retailer or any retailer that has video games, if they have amiibo, I just like to see what they have available, and I always see Animal Crossing amiibo available.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this might be their way of trying to spark interest in those amiibo specifically.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why they didn't do this to begin with. But then again, I don't know what it entails to develop a game or patch a game. You know, I'm ignorant to that, so
I wonder if it might be too little, too late for Animal Crossing.
we'll see. But at the same time, who knows what's going to happen with the mobile game coming out?
True.
How smart would it be? I don't know if it would be possible though, but you know, pretty much most modern smartphones have an NFC chip, and if they can somehow use that for the amiibo cards and use
Hmm.
the Animal Crossing mobile game, I think that would do pretty well.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
But I don't know the logistics if that's possible. But yeah. Frozen, have you ever played an Animal Crossing game?
No, I've never played Animal Crossing.
But
Get
you
on our level,
remember
Frozen.
my experience with the original one, right? The US one.
Yeah, I remember going to visit you in college. Everybody was talking about turning off the damn lighthouse, and I actually thought it was a damn lighthouse until one guy went to the freaking GameCube to go turn off the damn lighthouse in the game. Made me feel like an idiot.
That's pretty
all
awesome,
day,
actually.
all day thinking, "Oh my god, we're gonna go to the lighthouse. This is awesome." Nope. Animal Crossing.
You actually thought we were going in a lighthouse?
You
That
don't
would have been
understand.
sick,
If you
though.
guys, I'm telling you, man, if you guys would have heard yourselves outside of your game world, okay, this was talked about like, dude, remember, don't forget, you gotta turn off the lighthouse. I'm like, yeah, no problem. We'll go there. I'll go there. That's fine.
You didn't ask
Hey,
though.
I didn't ask because everybody.
This is your
had a-
fault.
Hey, no. Okay, nobody said this was in a game, and here I am, like, hey, we're gonna, I'm thinking to myself, oh man, we gotta turn off that lighthouse. What's going on? And then, yeah. So
Hold up. If
no, I
Where
don't
would
want
the
to talk about
lighthouse
it any
be?
further.
if we were visiting coffee and if he said, and let's say there's no Animal Crossing, whatever, and he said, look, I got to go turn off a lighthouse tonight or whatever.
Yeah, I'll be down.
Well, I would ask, what are you talking about? Is this an actual lighthouse? I would at least ask.
No questions asked. I'm down for it.
So your fault.
Whatever it is, I'm going.
Your fault.
And I went to the couch with the other guy to turn off the damn lighthouse. That's what happened.
I think you just really got scarred from this, and you're just
I did.
dealing with it in
Because
a special way.
it hurt, man. I got all excited thinking I'm going to go to the lighthouse. I'm going to turn off the lighthouse, which didn't make sense why we're going to turn off the lighthouse at night. But damn it, hey, I'm down.
Again, no questions asked.
No questions. That's right.
You need to learn how to ask questions. Anyway, I'm excited about the next game. So, Telltale Games Batman coming out August 2nd. Very excited about it. I've only seen that one screenshot, no two. I have not seen the trailer because I don't want anything to be spoiled.
I'm Batman.
And I'm just very excited. Have any of you seen the trailer or the screenshots at all?
I've saw some old screenshots that when they first revealed screenshots, but I have not seen anything besides that. And I think that was a while back. I think at E3 they revealed that, so I guess it isn't that long ago. But yeah,
Frozen?
So-
Did you see anything?
No, I said already. I haven't.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Gotcha.
well, maybe you should be listening harder.
Anyway, so I'm very excited about that. They did announce a retail version of the game coming out a month later, but from what I understand, they're calling it the Season Pass disc, and pretty much just buy a physical version of the Season Pass. But either way, I'm very excited about that. And August 2nd, same day, the Xbox One S will be coming out. And let's just clarify, there are 3 different versions, and only the 2 terabyte version, which costs $400, is coming out that day. And there is a $300 version, which is 500 gigs, and a $350 version, that's a 1 terabyte version, coming out in the future at some point. I have no idea. But yeah, those of you listening, want to pick one up, go for it. I honestly, if I were in the market, 2 terabytes is definitely worth, I think, paying the extra 100, because 500 gigs, it's too little on the PS4 as well, But from what I understand, I forgot if the Xbox One was expandable with external hard drives or not. I don't
Yeah, I was
think
just about to ask that.
I know the PS4 is not, but you can swap hard drives in the PS4. But I forgot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Xbox One is expandable or not.
You know what? No, I take that back because I do believe I've seen in Best Buy where they do have uh, external hard drives that are packaged within the Xbox design. So I'm pretty sure that they do.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so that's coming out. That looks dope. I think I've only seen it in white. I haven't seen any other colors. Not even a black version, but anyway. And Frozen, you remember when we said Evolve went free to play?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the day before it went, so they actually did that, and apparently they have on PC. They went. Man, I heard some crazy statistic that on PC. Do you know how many people still played before it went free to play? How many people played Evolve on PC? Active users.
Um, Active users, no idea.
If I remember correctly, I think it was 600.
Two?
Just 600 people?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And at most it might be 300. I don't even remember. Maybe 60. I don't even know at this
Oh
point.
man, that's
Wow,
not
that's
good.
really bad.
But you know how many users they have now just on PC? Over 1 million.
A lot of work.
Wait a minute, I thought that's what you were asking me. If I
No,
knew how many people were playing
before. No. I asked before it was free to play. Do you know how many people they had?
Oh, okay.
600, and now they have after that 1 million. I'm like, man, good on them because that game needed it. I think they're kind of writing off the success of Overwatch. You know, being
Yeah.
if you play Evolve, there is banter between the characters in a sense, kind of like Overwatch has. There is some universe, not nearly as fleshed out as Overwatch, but I'm glad that game is getting another chance. I didn't expect it to get that many more users, to be honest with you, but it's smart. Smart.
It was a smart move.
Yeah.
Free to play.
Again, it's free to play just on, I guess, Steam at this point, but not on console, so we'll see what happens. But either way. So that's all the news that I had to bring up. If you guys don't have anything other news to talk about, I would love to hear both of your takes on Pokemon Go.
Hold on? Do you want to talk about Evo at all?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Well, I was hoping you had more to talk because the only thing I watched was
Sure.
the
What we
live
watched.
stream that you and I watched, and I didn't even stay up to see the final.
Okay. The EVO, the year's most, I guess, notorious fighting game tournament, which has things like this was the first year Street Fighter V was used there, Super Smash Brothers Melee, and Smash 4 for Wii U. Guilty Gear, the latest Guilty Gear game, I guess. Ultimate Marvel
X3.
Capcom 3, X30 is what it is.
Yeah.
Tekken 7. Maybe I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head, but I'm surprised. Well, I was kind of surprised Pokken wasn't there, but because I from everyone I hear that has played Pokken, they say it's a great game. So,
It's really good. Yeah, I played it as well.
yeah, so I'm just curious why that wasn't there. Maybe next year. So yeah, Las Vegas. All culminates that the most important game apparently is Street Fighter V, even though there was controversy that the finals day, which was Sunday, they had Smash 4, the finals being aired early in the morning, and people just wish it were later. Melee is the second most important one, apparently. So the last two were Melee and then Street Fighter V. And this is the first time I've seen that a fighting game tournament being held in an arena, like where you would go see an NBA game or something like that. So Frozen and I watched most of the finals. He had to go right before grand finals. It was cool. A lot of Nashes. My boy Tokido didn't make it to top 8. I was kind of sad about that. But we had L.I. Joe, the only American in the top 8. I don't know the guy, but he seems to be a very modest, very grateful, awesome guy. Would you say that, Frozen?
Yeah, man, very likable.
Yeah. He played oh, who did he play as? Do you remember? Was it Nash? It was Nash, right?
Yes, it was Nash.
Yeah, there were several Nashes, there were several Chuns, one Ken, and Fudo. He was Armika. I was really rooting for him after Li Joe. Infiltration. The legend. He won it. He was the very first EVO champion for Street Fighter V. But he actually, typically, what happens is infiltration. He just never loses, so he never goes to winners bracket. Sorry, losers. But he played against his teammate because Fudo and Infiltration are both sponsored by Razer, so then they're on Team Razer, and Fudo kind of beat him down, sent him to losers bracket with Armika, which was very shocking to me. Uh, but then Infiltration just came back and reset the bracket, and then got him at the end. This is covered by ESPN, specifically ESPN2. Gutex, very well known in the Street Fighter community, FGC, went up to him, and he was, I guess, being the not commentator, the interview person, whatever, the floor man for ESPN. Goes up to Infiltration, and then asks, I forgot what he asked him, but it's like he asks what you know, you're in losers bracket now. What you have to do to come back? What'd you change to to beat Fudo? And he just had 2 words to say. You guys know what those 2 words were?
No.
Download complete.
Download complete. If you guys don't know what that means when you fight against somebody and you're trying to see how they are, when you say download complete, when you're downloading someone, that refers to you seeing their fighting style and just knowing, just reading, knowing what they'll do before they do it. But Infiltration, he's a crazy, crazy good player. The thing is, though, if you've not seen the finals for CEO 2016, which was a little bit ago in Orlando, Infiltration Grand Finals there too, as part of the Capcom Pro Tour, was amazing. For some reason, as big as EVO is, I actually did not really like the arena setup. I prefer, as of now, the ballroom setup, I guess in a convention center or whatever, because you see the people right in the back and how they react. This huge arena, the people were so far away, like how they typically would be, and it was so dimly lit where the crowd was, that it was difficult to really gauge or feel the energy of them. And there was a couple parts that were just kind of boring in the finals for Street Fighter. Not everything. Li Joe was cool, right? But there were parts that were a little boring. But Yoshinoro, oh no, forgot his name.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, he did announce that Jury will be released by the end of the month, and our good man Frozen is working on the new Brainal backstories for Jury, and I can't wait to see it, man.
Pressure's on.
That'll be sweet.
Pressure is on. I have confidence. I thought you only had 1 week left, and I still had confidence.
Thank you. No, yeah, I'm working on it, and it'll be out in time. I'll put that out there.
I love her design. Looks awesome. The new one. But
She's something else, man.
I think not Mango. Kind of like with the Infiltration, Hungry Box won Melee. Hungry Box, if you guys don't know, probably the world's best Jigglypuff character. It was down to him in Armada for the finals. But Hungry Box was kicked to losers bracket, and then he came back, which is cool.
Mm.
Actually, yeah, I noticed that. Same thing with Tokido CEO. He's kicked to losers bracket by Infiltration, came back, but it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. I understand sports now, guys. I've evolved. Welcome to Jeppy 0.2.
2.0, 0.2.
But yeah, it was cool watching that stuff. I need to watch more on Twitch. I wish I could have watched on an actual TV. I wish they would have aired that stuff in like a bar or something.
Well, I mean, it was on ESPN2, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's so cool. Long live Street Fighter. Long live Smash. Tekken can suck it.
Mostly,
Sucking. Huh?
mostly Smash. No, I like Street Fighter 2.
I like Street Fighter 2 and 5.
And 5.
Mhm. Um,
Mm.
do you have anything to add to that at all, Frozen?
No, man.
Gotcha.
No. I had to double check.
Okay, Pokemon Go. Go for it.
Coffee, you go first.
Oh, I could. Are you sure? Are you sure that's a good idea?
Let's just get a couple things down. Can we assume, because of the craze that's going on with this, we don't have to explain the logistics of the game, right? Okay, let me clarify. I am more interested in both of you guys, your personal experience with the game.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Well, let me just ask one question, Coffee. What level are you?
I am level 15.
Dang.
Frozen, what are you?
9.
Dude, that was so funny, sir.
Boom.
Okay, you know what? I'll go ahead. I'll ask you guys questions since I, for the record, I don't have the game. But how difficult is it to level up in that game?
Not very hard.
It's hard for me.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Okay, I'll ask this: is there a level cap?
20, I think.
Ah, okay. Kind of
Is
like
it?
original Destiny.
Might be. I think you
No.
stop getting rewards after 20. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. I haven't really done a whole lot of research.
Yeah, because I saw a gym that had a level 21 leader on there.
Okay. Well
And the
then,
CP was just awful.
ungodly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Okay, what is the most interesting experience each of you have had with this game? Frozen, let's start with you. Up to this point.
Up to this point, I just think the amount of people that are playing this game, that are out and about, wandering around the neighborhood or anywhere you go, just staring at a glowing screen full of Pokemon, and you get to kind of just start talking to them. Hey, you playing Pokemon Go? Yeah, this. I just put this lure down, or I just caught this Pokemon here. It's a hell of a lot more social than my experience with. I think it's Niantic Ingress, the Ingress game, which is similar but different stories and whatnot. People just having a fun time with it, man.
So I would like you to tell me either the most interesting person you've seen play the game that you've met, or the least likely you would think is a gamer to play that game.
Well, I think the least likely to be a gamer. I went to a park that I used to fish at a while back just to see if there was anything on there. And there was a lot of activity. There was a lot of Pokestops, a lot of gyms in that area. And I happened to be just posted up in one spot, and I was trying to capture a particular Pokemon. Somebody came up beside me and said, "Hey, did you find that right here? Because I'm looking for that one too." And it happened to be it was a very it was a very older person, and she had an older type of iPhone, and I could tell that she had been walking around all day with this thing because she had like like sweat workout pants on with like the high socks and things, like a little bit hunched over. She must have been like in her late 70s to 80s, but she's playing Pokemon Go, and she's like,
This is warming my heart.
yeah, and she's so we're talking. I'm telling her, yeah, I just found it right here. It popped up on her phone. She started trying to get it, and then we were just having a little conversation. She tried to attack a gym, but she wasn't as powerful, and she wanted to know if there were any tips. So it was just awesome. It was a random encounter with a person I would have, otherwise never have met or never have talked to in my life, and we would just all, gather around with this game. So that was the most interesting and fun thing about my experience so far.
Is there a an in-game friend system?
No.
No.
Okay, gotcha. I hear about an in-game chat coming out.
Hmm.
That's cool. But Coffee, what about you? What's the most surprising person you found playing?
Well, I don't think I've really found someone surprising or anything like that. It's just the sheer volume. For me, it's been. I mean, the first day that I went out with the game in my apartment complex, the coffee shop at my apartment complex is a gym. So I went and I was talking to the guy at the front of the coffee shop, and he was letting me know that yeah, their business had like gone through the roof as soon as people realized that their coffee house was a gym. And the place is already pretty busy to begin with, but now even more people are going. And I went outside and I saw there were two Pokestops over by the river there, and someone had put a lure down there, and I just walked over to where the lure was, and I saw like a good 8 to 10 people sitting down and just playing Pokemon and talking, and everybody could come up. You could just talk to them. I mean, they're out there every night. Heck, they're out there right now. This group of people that always meets up at night outside the apartment complex and plays. And we have a Facebook group, and we're doing a float down the river called the Poke Float on the 30th to hatch eggs. Yeah. So.
Wait a second. Isn't that considered cheating?
Yes.
That's
Yes,
messed up. That's so messed up. That's smart.
It is, and people really like slow traffic now because,
Because it counts? Oh,
yes,
man.
it does. It has to be under, I think, it's either 15 or 5 miles per hour. I'm not sure. It's one of those.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't want to talk about how long it's going to last, but what I do want to say is, again, even though I don't have this game personally, I'm so glad it took off. I didn't expect it to take off like this, but I really do hope it does last, and I hope Nintendo or whoever is developing this, I hope they offer very fresh updates to keep people invested. And if they could make this somewhat of a social network, that would be smart.
I think so too.
Everyone's telling me I'm just hearing this through people, but I was playing I think it was Overwatch the other night, and people were telling me like, oh, I'm Team Mystic and I'm Team this or Team that or whatever, which is
Team
crazy.
Instinct for days.
So Mystic is blue, correct?
Correct.
There's a red and a green, a yellow. Or what? How
Red
many?
and a yellow.
Red is Valor.
Which one are you, Frozen?
I am Valor all the way.
Really? Coffee, I'm assuming you're Mystic?
I'm Instinct.
Instinct
actually.
is which one?
Oh,
Yellow.
Yellow. You're like the little stepbrother nobody wants.
I'm the stepbrother that everybody loves to have around. I'm the cat that watches two other cats cat fight, and I bite the tail of one of the other cats that's fighting. That's what
That
I
sounds
do.
like this is happening.
Right.
Yep. It's
But
on.
The only downside for me personally with the Pokemon Go is I don't check up on a lot of news. And mainly the news I look up is video game news or music news, but video game news predominantly. And I swear every other article I see minimally is about Pokemon Go. I'm like,
Yeah.
we gotta just let people play it, okay? Let me see other things. I would love to turn off the updates about Pokemon Go. Again, it's not hating on the game. It's just I need to just chill from that, and I don't even play the game. That's
I get you.
crazy.
But when I've seen a lot of people gripe about it on Facebook, and just be like, I'm tired of hearing about Pokemon. Stop talking about Pokemon. Why can't these people stop talking about Pokemon? And I'm like, yo, now you know how it feels for me to hear about sports for the past 30 years of my life.
This is true.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of perspective.
Anything you guys want to add about Pokemon Go?
I'm just really happy with it, Man, I'm
Yeah.
just, I'm it's I've heard so many great stories about people getting out and about and helping people that have generalized anxiety disorder start to overcome that and get out of their shell and just uh
See, I would
stuff like
not
that.
mind reading things about that. And it's funny. Okay, you find a dead body, you walk off a cliff, whatever. But I would rather hear more stories about that. That's cool.
Yeah, and like there was another one with like a young boy who had he was on the autism spectrum and his mother was thrilled to see him outside and actually socializing with kids, which he's never done before. Any nothing would he would be too frightened. And there was even another story where this little kid he loved Pikachu so much, and he had a Pikachu on a gravestone. And his brother went to visit this gravestone, and for some reason decided to pull out Pokemon Go, and there was actually a Pikachu
That's
in the game
crazy.
Nice.
sitting outside, right next to the brother's gravestone. And Pikachu is quite a rare Pokemon. You don't see him very often. So
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really a cool story.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, that I mean, I remember when Angry Birds came out. And what else came out? That was like Clash of Clans. Is that what it is?
Yeah, something
Candy
Clash of
Yeah.
Crush.
War.
Candy Crush.
Yeah.
When all of those came out, yeah, they were super popular, but nothing like this, where it's every other thing I see. You know, we should mention that how many billions did Nintendo's stock jump like crazy? No one is talking about
Ridiculous.
them in a negative light now. I just hope they. I feel like we are now seeing the decisions they've made behind the scenes a little bit ago, while everyone, including us to a certain extent, even though we did it more constructively, criticize them. And
Mm-hmm.
now we're just saying, "Holy crap!" So I'm hoping, I'm knocking on wood. I'm really hoping this applies to the NX. I'm hoping they made some
Me
smart
too.
decisions. So
It's not even out yet in Japan, right? Pokemon Go.
right.
I think that's
I thought it was
interesting.
gonna be released this week.
It
Was it
was
not?
supposed to come out today, but for some reason, I
Ah,
think something happened. I don't know what it was. I didn't read it exactly, but
Either way, why don't we get into some games you guys have been playing? Again, out of the ordinary, but you guys go for it. Coffee, you start first.
what I've been playing recently.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I haven't been here for a little while, so I probably have several to cover, but I'll try to make each one brief.
Cool.
Um, so I have started playing the new Kirby on Planet Robobot. I got that for my birthday, and it's a really great Kirby game.
I've heard that. Yeah.
It's excellent, excellent platformer. I'm
I
really
saw some
enjoying it.
trailers and it was I remember the very first one I saw. I was like, "Oh god, not another one." But then I saw another trailer. When I say another one, like another Kirby game. And then I saw the next trailer and I don't know what it was about that trailer, but it really made me want to play this one. I still have not picked it up. I have
It's excellent.
other games,
It's
but yeah,
really
I've not
excellent.
heard one bad thing about the game. Metal Jesus Rocks loves that game.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. I've been playing through it. So what else? What else? Fury. I've been playing Fury
Mm-hmm.
on the PS4. Really love that game. Um,
Did,
tough.
did you end up picking that or playing that Frozen?
yeah, I did. I just played the very first little bit of it, and it was pretty intense. Just the first part of it. It was awesome though.
Yeah.
It's a tough game. Tough game. I think
Yeah.
I'm around I just got to the fifth boss. I believe there are 8 total.
Which reminds me, because visually reminds me that next week, I forgot to say this, next week, Hyperlight Drifter is coming out to consoles. I'll
Oh
definitely
yeah.
pick that up on
Yeah.
PS4. I'm excited.
Me
Sweet.
too. Me too. Um, okay. So what else? I played a little bit of Tokyo Mirage uh, Sessions
Mhm.
FE, which is the Wii U collab between Fire Emblem and Shin Megami, and it's it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It has a very solid Persona vibe to it. I'd say it's more Persona than Fire Emblem, but really interesting. Not very far into it yet, but cool stuff. So I'm enjoying it so far. Really quirky, but it's kind of the way it is because it centers around pop idol culture, which I don't know too much about. But the last game that I've been checking out, I booted it up tonight for the first time, and I've actually been enjoying the heck out of it. Is I Am Setsuna.
Setsuna.
Yeah, that game. Oh, all the nostalgia in a really good way. It's not just banking primarily on nostalgia, although it is very much like Chrono Trigger in a lot of ways. But it is beautiful, beautiful game. Excellent music. Um, I'm
I
only a
love
couple
how
hours in.
the development team is called Tokyo RPG Factory, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love
Mm-hmm.
that name. That's such a cool name.
Yeah.
But they are a subset of Square, correct? They are not.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I checked the trailer out. That thing looks pretty sweet. Interesting story. I only know the very basic premise.
Yeah.
Setsuna is the girl's name, correct?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
And I'm like,
Um,
wow, this is pretty heavy.
it is, and it kind of has a Final Fantasy X vibe to it because, uh,
Like with Yuna?
yes, because I mean, I'm not spoiling too much detail. I mean, it literally says this on the thing, but you're basically this. It's about uh, sacrifice. Like you go on a journey at the end, the person has to die, just like in Final Fantasy X. In that regard, but I think it's unique. It's different. It's not with Sin and your ghost dad from Final Fantasy X or whatever. So I think it's going a different direction. But
I'm thinking Bill Cosby. Sorry.
Bill Cosby, yeah, ghost dad, ghost dad, yeah, I see what you did there. But yeah, it's beautiful. Music's amazing, really cool aesthetic, beautiful graphics. I would recommend it to anyone who appreciates old school RPGs and has been itching for a true sequel to Chrono Trigger. I know this, it's not going to live up to the hype, but well, I can't say that, but let me just say, so far I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, that's definitely a game I want to play at some point. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Froze, what about you? What have you been playing?
I got to be honest with you, man. There's nothing really new that I've been playing since we last podcasted.
Did you beat NBA 2K16 yet? Did you finally beat the final boss?
I have not even scratched the surface.
Did you beat the NBA commissioner? Did you beat Charles Barkley?
Yes.
Charles Barkley.
Shaq
yes.
Fu?
Yes, I did. Shaq Fu, yes. All the Fus and the Shaqs. Jordan.
Well, wait. Oh, no. We did talk. No, that's right. I don't think we actually talked about on the podcast what you thought of the Street Fighter V story. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's right, man. Because
Yeah, so
I had
go for it.
played it last time. Man, that was an amazing adventure.
Yes.
That really put together a lot of questions that I had of what was going on in this game because, it had no story to begin with when it came out.
No context, yeah.
Yeah, so, but I definitely understand what you were talking about in your video. Or was it? Yeah. Not your video, but I think you were talking about before how they really thought out the entire world that Street Fighter V lived in. How all the stages had its purpose. Little, the different characters being at different stages and things like that. Man, it was enjoyable to not only play it but just to watch what was happening.
Yeah. I'm glad you liked it.
It did feel like a movie, so it was pretty cool.
It was awesome. It was very, very cool. Yeah, and that scene. Go for it.
I'm still impressed that the Halson, whatever.
Oh, just took it.
Just took that Hadu Duck Punch like it was nothing. So
the scene that I was referring to on the last episode was, Ken and Ryu by the cave.
Yeah. Gross.
Oh man, this is the first time. I'm being honest, okay. Whenever I encounter Ken players, including Frozen, I really get this feeling that Ken is a dick and just a punk and a scrub. But when I saw that in the story, I'm like, oh my god, he's a good person. He actually cares. Like he's not just some scrub. He's no scrub. I don't want no scrubs. Okay,
Yeah, it's scrub.
you picked it up. But the idea is the it was so cool to see that they're not hating each other. You know, they're so supportive of each other, which is nothing like here at Brainal. Nothing
Yeah,
at all.
get out.
But the yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
It was fun.
Yeah. Okay, so huh?
One thing I forgot, we didn't mention the new hero in Overwatch came out. What, yesterday?
Oh, I was gonna say that. Yeah, not no, I was, but I forgot.
Ana? Right?
Yeah, Farrah's mom.
Yeah.
She's on PC, not on consoles yet.
Correct.
Sniper support, which is awesome.
Uh-huh.
I heard rumblings of this back in the day, and I did see the trailer. I imagine that from afar she could just heal someone, kind of like Zenyatta would, which is cool. Yeah, I like that. I saw the story trailer, and it was pretty. It wasn't animated like the other shorts we saw, but it was pretty heavy. I was like,
cool.
wow. Yeah, it was good stuff. Can't wait for that to come out consoles.
Yeah, I'm excited. Along with that is coming a nerf, not a nerf, a buff to Zenyatta. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, so Zenyatta is, I think his health is going from 150 to 200, I believe. At least 200, so he's getting a health boost, and his ultimate is now increasing his speed as well. When he
like a Lucio boost?
Yeah, when he uses that, and it also does more healing. One other thing is that you know how when you use the orb of Discord, yeah, it before you could actually, get the damage boost, it has to get to the person, but they've sped up the orb's speed, so now it almost instantly lands on them, so you could use it very, very quick to boost your damage.
I just wish you could go through Reinhardt's shield.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? But they are lowering his damage just a little bit to compensate for the buffs he's getting, but not a whole lot. I think it's base damage 45 to base damage 40, so it's not too bad.
I also did hear they were, for the competitive mode, they're going to institute a one-character limit.
Correct. Yes, that's right.
That's going to be interesting, but that... I think that's a good move, but I don't know how they're going to... It's like a race to get the character you want.
Yeah.
But I understand why they're doing it. I'm not opposing it. I'm just curious to see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Really quickly, I've been playing Inside. Game's amazing. The video's up on YouTube. I've not beaten it yet. Been playing more of The Witness. And then, what else? Overwatch, Iron Banner, Destiny. Been doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Zero Time Dilemma is great. Don't want to talk about that because I don't want to spoil anything for coffee. South Park, Stick of Truth, right? Oh, yeah, Song of the Deep. So kind of as a favor to a friend of mine at coffee that works at GameStop, I ended up pre-ordering Song of the Deep, and we're playing it. It's just developed by Insomniac, published by Game Trust, which is GameStop's publishing, company. First game they ever published.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What was that?
No, it's all right. Go ahead.
Okay. So it's a 2D. At first glance, it looks like a shmup, but is the once I booted the game and they started with the story, was so simple, but the way they play the story out, you play as a girl named Marin, I think that's her name, and her and her dad live by the ocean. Her dad's a fisherman, and every morning he goes out to sea, and then when he comes back, he tells stories of the sea and all these different legends of the sea, and they have this all voice acted, but through one person's voice. It's just a female narrator, as if she were reading this book to you, and you were, her kid or something like that. Um, but the animations behind it are very simple, but very effective. And one day, her father goes out to sea. Yeah, and there's also this thing where she lights this candle at night every night, so to guide him back. And one day, obviously, when her father goes out to sea, and he doesn't come back,
Mm.
and it shows her on the cliff with the candle, and she just waited all night, and he never came back, and she was like freaking out, and she builds this submarine from scrap parts, and then she just goes out. And the message behind that I think is great, especially for young girls. But that game is so charming, so beautiful. A few hours into it, a very Metroidvania style game, and as so far, I love that game. I think it's a great game, and I see why. I see why. I mean, again, GameStop has done its thing for years without really changing. This is the first time that they're really expanding in that, from what I'm aware of, and I think it's pretty risky. When you play this game, you understand why they did it for this game. I feel like they saw this game deserve to be out there, um, deserve to live. So I thought it was really cool.
Mm. Yeah, that is cool. I'm glad
Yeah.
that's.
I think it's just $15. I think. So
I'll check it out.
yeah, but yeah. First, what were you gonna say earlier?
No, I was just going to say we talked about that in like one of our earlier podcasts.
Oh, like with the news.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
But I'm glad that you picked it up and linked it up.
Yeah, the truth is, I really was not. It was weird. It's just something about GameStop behind it that actually kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. But again, our friend that works at GameStop, it was really cool, and I was like, it's $15. I'll show the support. I mean, if I didn't like it, I just sell it back to them. But the idea is, I don't think I want to sell this one back. I think it's good.
Cool.
Yeah. Outside of that, I've been playing more Steins Gate. Got a little bit further than that. Still the longest freaking ramp up to anything significant happening, but I'm enjoying it. But I think I'm 5 hours in, and
It's a
nothing
long
too
game.
significant happened yet. But it is a novel, right? So
Yes, take that with a grain of salt, my friend. Speaking of novels, Muv-Love is now out on Steam. The first part of it.
You tell me about that. You love that game, right?
I love that game. Yeah, I do enjoy that game. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
No, I mean, as far as I know right now, that seems it. I did end up, just really quickly, I know this podcast is running long, but I ended up pre-ordering this game on PlayStation. Well, two games actually. One is Abzu. You guys ever heard of that?
Yeah, that's the underwater game that looks terrifying.
Now, I haven't seen much on it. I do know it's underwater, but I ended up pre-ordering it because I heard that it's done by some of the people from that game company that were behind Journey.
True.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
like, they have a free pass with me, but I also ended up pre-ordering this game. Now, granted, it's risky for me to just do this, especially digitally, because you can't get it back. But a game never heard of called Bound. You guys ever heard of that game?
Uh-uh.
I saw the trailer for this game, and just watching the trailer sold me. Yeah, very artsy fartsy, but you're this weird. You are a girl that seems to be a ballerina, from what I understand, but in a very fantastical world. Almost looked slightly similar to the visuals of something like No Man's Sky. Very abstract though, and I was very impressed with the animation, the music. They didn't show anything about any story, but it looked like a game that I would like. So just took a risk on that. But I think they're gonna come out in August. Less than a month. Frozen.
Watch
Less
it.
than a month for No Man's Sky. Huh?
watch one of those is on PS Plus for free, or both of them, and you're just like, no.
Well, let me put it this way. I mean, if the game is good, I don't mind giving money to the game.
That's okay, fair enough.
So it's all good. But that being said, that's pretty much what I've been playing. So,
Nice.
Question of the week?
Yeah, question of the week. I'm not sure if I've ever asked this before. I'm hoping not. But if you could take two different games and put them together, what two games would they be? Very simple. And it could be something that you would like to play and kind of incorporate both of those worlds into one game.
Can you give us your answer first so we understand the question?
Sure. Resident Evil and Silent Hill. To join those two games and be absolutely horrifying.
So, in your version of that, would the core gameplay be more like Silent Hill, old school Silent Hill, or more Resident Evil?
I think the core gameplay would be Resident Evil-like, but with some of the puzzles and mysteries of Silent Hill.
Interesting. Rest in peace, Silent Hill. Never see you again. It really pains me.
Yeah.
Okay, then with those restrictions, I'm gonna say Braid and Limbo. I would love to see specifically how Jonathan Blow and Play Dead would make a game together. What the hell that would be like. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to mind. But
Would you incorporate the backward time thing of Braid?
I don't know. I'm not the one developing it. I would just love to see what those minds would do. But I mean, if I'm sticking with those games, it would obviously have to be a platformer, you know. But, I mean, that's what I got.
All right. Cool.
Or it could be Pokemon and Destiny. Destiny Go.
Yes.
Catching all the taken.
Yeah. Anyway.
I have to say Zelda and Dark Souls.
I think that would be a great mixture.
I would like to see some of the online social aspects that they do in Dark Souls transferring over to a Zelda game. I think that could be really cool. And just that kind of melancholy that prevails in Dark Souls world, I could see working pretty well in the Zelda world. Not necessarily to that extent, but kind of, done kind of what like Twilight Princess did. But I would like to see more difficult combat in Zelda. I think Zelda could be difficult, if you're playing on the hero mode or something like that. But I feel like the game's usually
Or Zelda 2.
Yeah. Puzzles aside, I feel like the combat has always been fairly straightforward and not very difficult and not a whole lot to it. It's fun, but it's never, for example, I think I got through all of Twilight Princess without dying to like anything besides the last boss a couple of times. So, yeah, if they could ramp up the difficulty, the kind of the sense of intimidation the bosses give, as well as, I don't know. I think that'd be really cool for Zelda, but, that's just my thoughts.
Yeah. What about Animal Crossing and Dark Souls?
Yes. Dark Animals.
Animal Souls.
With lighthouses.
I can imagine a lighthouse you have to turn off, but you have to go through. Like, oh my god. Hey, just a heads up, dude. Coffee, do any of the Souls games have lighthouses?
Yes.
Nice.
So.
Nice. That's cool. Okay, so that being said, that wraps it up for episode 34 of the Brainal Podcast. Everyone, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe on YouTube. Listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, and again, any comments, whatever, would be great. Anyway, I don't want to make this awkward because I'm always bad at closing this out. So everyone, have a great week, and we'll see you next time on the Brainal Podcast.
See you
Peace.
next time, guys.
Peace.